What's up, you guys? What's up? I am here. I was like, wait a minute. What's up, you guys? So I am here with two of my favorite YouTubers. I am here with Kempire. What's up, Kempire?
Hey, what's going on?
And I am here with Grace Report. What's up, Grace Report?
Hey, I'm
Grace.
great, thank
I keep
you.
calling you Grace Report. All right, so we're here to recap. Yeah. We're here to recap episode 14 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. So as we get started, I want to ask you two, what were your first impressions of the episode? What were your first impressions, Kempire?
G's tongue.
Oh my God. I was not expecting that.
It's the first thing that came to mind. And that was truly authentic. That's the only thing that stood out to me in this episode. I mean, well, besides of course the Candace situation, the Candace situation, but the way that the editors again have really played another role in making us laugh throughout the episode, how they kept showing that to us. I was like,
Yes.
how dare you? How dare you?
Yes.
Oh God.
It actually reminded me of my grandpa. I remember my grandpa and my grandma, like as they got older, when they would eat, and they would have to take out their teeth and their tongue would be rolling around. That's what it reminded me of. That's what it reminded me of. Like, it was not sexy. I don't know if it was supposed to be sexy, but it was not sexy. It was a lot. But Grace, what were your first impressions?
I felt like, I think this is going to be one of those one of those episodes we're going to go back and watch when Chris and Candace get divorced. And we go, like, what caused it? Oh, yeah. Something like
I
this.
was wondering about that. Okay, so we can start there. That's a thought I had. The way Chris and Candace interact is problematic and it seems toxic. Like, Candace has a toxic relationship with her mother, and it looks as if she has a toxic relationship with Chris. And the way they interact as far as the physicality, if you ask me, like, he's always grabbing her, she's always pulling away. It looks like it gets very physical between the two of them.
Yeah. And I don't think it's ever going to be healthy when your partner is always the one that has to calm you down in public situations. To me, that already was like very weird, I especially because that's become his role on the show. And that should never be a role for a grown man over another grown adult.
Right.
But is she grown, though?
Well,
she's
we'll get into it, Grace.
Just saying, it's just so father-daughter, that relationship. I kind of skeeved that, like you guys say, he's way too comfortable getting physical with her. It's like, you're grabbing like a crazy child, pulling them out of the playpen and like dumping them on timeout, the way he picks her up like that. Forget, like, he puts her on his lap or she sits on his lap while he's scolding her. She's like, am I gonna get in trouble? Like, it's all so like, you know what I mean? Like, this. I was like, so weird. Tell Santa you've been bad, girl.
But it makes me wonder about her relationship. It makes me wonder about her relationship with her dad. We never really know anything about her relationship with her father, but it does make me now wonder. Like, what
I want to say, I believe when she had her wedding episode, I think her father was there because I think Miss Dorothy's new husband was there and he was looking good. She has a very attractive husband. Like, you would never think it the way she's so focused on Candace, but she has a very attractive husband. And I want to say Candace's father was also at her wedding, but you don't see much talk about that. You don't see Candace talk much about her father, but her and Chris do have like a father-daughter relationship, but it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird, the physicality between the two of them.
Yeah, I think there's something there because remember, her own brother, the mom, her toxic mom, did not want her brother to come to the wedding because he was already there before she married the dad and had Candace later on. So if that's the relationship she wants for Candace to have with a brother non-existent, I would not be surprised if, it was even worse with her actual father.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if it's a pretty bad relationship between Dorothy and Candace's father, and if that spills over to the way Dorothy treats Candace, because remember Candace's sister, she came on for an episode and she was like, her mother doesn't talk to her the way she talks to Candace.
Yeah.
So obviously, she differentiates between her children and who the father of her children are.
Damn, that's deep. Just saying.
And I think it's immature for her mother not to want her, I don't want to say stepson, but for her not to want Candace's brother at Candace's wedding is immature. So when people say Candace is immature, it's like, guess where she got it from? Her mom is immature because that's To me, that's a problem. That's a
Yeah.
problem.
So you think
That's flesh and blood.
so you think the root of Candace's quote issues, for lack of a better word, is the relationship with her mom?
Yeah, especially since last week, remember you reminded us that her mom is a
Therapist.
psychologist? Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a therapist. And sometimes therapist kids turn out terrible. They turn out terrible.
Mm.
But
Because I
let's get
usually think
into
therapists usually have more issues than their clients.
yeah, it seems that way. It seems that way. And it seems like Dorothy did a job on Candace, unfortunately. But let's talk about because on this episode, we saw basically, I almost want to say the resolution, even though it wasn't actually resolved, but we saw the end of the fight between wait a minute, I got a super chat. Let me acknowledge this super chat. Hold on. I'm trying to see everything, you guys.
Yeah, it's a lot, y'all.
Yeah.
If they only knew. If they only knew. I know we make it look easy, but it's not.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay, Mo Taylor. What's up, Mo? Mo Taylor gave a super chat and she said Candace claims to not know about Mia's mother, but she had her never said your mama to anyone else. I'm sick of her. Her shade is not fun shade. Hashtag toxic. And I agree, it is toxic. I feel like Candace has toxic relationships with both her mother and her husband.
Mhm.
That's what I think. Yeah.
I think someone did point out that Candace did use your mama one other time before, but it's really never her go-to.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I still stand by this. I don't think when she said your mama the first time at the 10 event or whatever, I don't think it was personal. I felt like
Yeah.
it was just like something that people say when you're going back and forth with someone. That's something people say. They say your mama, and it's not really personal, like they know your mother. So I don't think it was personal that time, but the subsequent times that she said it, it seemed to be personal. But
Yeah.
on this episode, we saw, with the salad toss, and we saw like the end of the fight between Candace and Mia. And we saw when Mia threw the salad back at Candace, and Candace starts to cry. Candace starts to cry. And I want to know what y'all thought about Candace crying.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
GTFO. How are you the bully and the victim? Really, girl? Really? And then not only that, when she's outside getting scolded by her husband, father, or whatever, she's talking about, oh, like she wants the smoke. I'm gonna give her the smoke. Like, what is smoke, sis? She's just such a mess.
I didn't understand why she was crying, though. I was just like, wait a second, why are you crying?
I didn't either. I didn't either. I felt like, and I'm trying to change my microphone, so y'all work. But I felt like, okay, Candace threw the lettuce first, right?
Yeah.
She threw a little bit of lettuce.
It's because her hands are small. She tried to throw more, but like she could only grab so much.
To me, it's the energy of it. It's the energy of it for me, whether it's a little bit of lettuce or not. It's the energy of throwing lettuce at someone when their back is turned. But then when Mia throws it back at her, she starts crying. And I want to know what y'all thought about her crying.
That it was the crying for me that made me kind of look at Candace like, oh no, you need help. You need real help. That this show, you should not be on the show. You need actual help. Because to me, that it's for her to first of all, it was the crying and then the throwing of things off of that island, and then to sort of like turn it back on Mia for Mia trying, tapping the, I don't know what that was. She tapped it, but she ended up breaking it. Yeah. And I was just like, do you not see your own behavior? Because right after that, she tosses whatever that was on the island. It was just a child having a temper tantrum, and it was uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. She was throwing whatever decor. They had some turkeys or something. She was throwing the decor, and it took you back to when she had that incident with Ashley, and she tossed the knife. And so I feel like Candace always says, that there are so many reasons that she's the most hated housewife and people treat her differently than they treat Ashley. But I kind of feel like when I look back at the seasons, I feel like Candace is the only one that's picked up a weapon during an argument and tossed a weapon during an argument. Like she literally tossed a knife during an argument. And I feel like that's why people treat her different. And so a lot of people were asking, when Karen came over to her, people feel like Karen talks to Candace like she's a child. And so when Karen came over to her and was asking her, do you know about her mother? And people were saying, Karen was acting like Candace's mother. I feel like the reason she approaches Candace like that is because Candace has taken it too far in the past, and that she's thrown a weapon in the past. What do y'all think? First of all, do y'all think that Karen talks to Candace like Candace is a child?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they had that mother-daughter relationship. They've talked about that at the top of last season, where she was at that party and she was saying like her other mother. So there is this motherly situation that probably is very wrong between the two of them. So it's no surprise to me that Karen was trying to mediate the conversation, but you can't mediate a conversation with Candace acting like that.
Right. I feel like to mediate a conversation, like at least one of the participants got to be willing, ideally both, but at least one of them got to be willing to mediate it. And so then we go into a moment where Mia is kind of saying that, if her mother falters in her sobriety, that is Candace's fault. What do you think about that? I felt that was a stretch. I felt that was a stretch because Mia's the one that brought her mother on the show. Yeah. And if her mother, falters in her sobriety, Mia's the one that made her cry on national television. Like, Mia brought her into this. But for her to bring Candace into it and put that on Candace, I don't know about that. I felt like it was a stretch.
I can see that.
Listen, Mia, we feel bad for you in this moment. You are the victim, but don't take it too far. You know what I mean? Don't take us for idiots at the end of the day. That's what she's trying to do, and I can't stand it. Like, we all know like you said, you're the one who brought your mom here. So if you really felt like she was so fragile that someone who doesn't know her talking about her would send her, why would you put her on reality TV? That's you.
You got a good point with that, but remember, this is Mia's first season on reality TV. She probably doesn't know like we know, and I think sometimes, especially because we do this and we have a better idea of the celebrity world, reality TV, that we don't necessarily have the same perspective that someone that's new to it would have. Because I can see where she's going with that in regards to it. I definitely do think it's a stretch to put that on Candace, but I can see where she's saying like, oh, my mom might see this, and to see that you guys are talking down to her instead of being supportive, especially because we are dealing with real addiction here when it comes to her mom. And we have to also remember some of the other things that Mia says there. She says her mom every day is thinking about getting high. So addiction doesn't go away. So if people are being critical of her and talking about her on the show in that way from the other cast, I'm sure she didn't expect the other cast to talk about her mom that way. It's one thing if people on social media do, but I don't think she would expect that the other women would do that.
But social media people are crazy, right? Like, they send these people DEATH threats. Like, everybody knows that this is what happens to people who go on reality TV. Mia, how old is she? 32 or whatever, 45.
Come on now.
So, and she raised herself, she's been there like in like the darkest of the world as like a dancer or a this or a that or whatever. So she knows how dark the world is. So I can't believe that she's that naive. I can't buy it.
Yeah, I don't buy it either. And I felt like that moment when she was talking to Karen and the other ladies and kind of putting it on Candace if her mom, falters in her sobriety. I felt like she was reaching in that moment. And I felt like she kind of like she wants sympathy and she's playing the victim, which she has been a victim, in her mom's situation. But I felt like if her mom does, end up getting high or doing whatever it is that she does, I kind of feel like, Mia, for bringing her on national television and making her expose her drug addiction, I kind of feel like Mia would have some fault in that. Like, she should take ownership of that, not necessarily Candace. Like, Candace don't know that lady. Candace does not know that lady. And when she said your mama, it was not personal. To me, the first time, it was not personal. It was just your mama.
What about the second time?
It started to get personal. I felt like the second time it started to get personal, but at the same time, I can't put Mia's mom's sobriety on Candace. I just can't. I can't do that.
And look, and like I said, I'm not putting it on Candace, but I can see where Mia might be upset and not necessarily upset at Candace, but upset at herself for bringing her mom on the show and possibly
Right.
being, you know what I mean?
Right. That's how I feel. I feel like it would really be she's upset at herself, but she's blaming it on Candace because Candace
Yeah.
is the
That's what
one
I
that
feel
she's
like.
fighting with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kia said Mia bringing her mom on the show was so that they can control that narrative as opposed to someone digging into her past and bringing it out.
No.
You agree with that?
Maybe. Or maybe she was just, it's a part of her story. Like, we've gotten to see a lot of Mia's story on the show and how dark that story has been for her. For her to completely ignore that would be a big deal. And of course, people would bring it out. And because she's talked about her dark history over the years on other platforms. So I think it was only natural. I don't know if it's her purposely trying to get ahead of the narrative. It's already been out there.
Yeah. Let me address this. Tiny said, damn, Layla with this red lighting. Okay. So I got a micro needling facial today, which is kind of like a vampire facial, and I can't put on makeup. So I was like, let me at least put on a filter. So what you see is a filter because I can't put on makeup. I can barely feel my face right now. Like I can't feel my face right now. So that's why I have on a filter.
You both are glowing. You both look
glowing.
great.
It really is.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You make me feel great. So what did y'all think? This part of the episode, you know, where G was rolling around his tongue at Karen, was that disrespectful?
Oh,
was that disrespectful?
Yes, she is what is she? She is the ambassador of Surrey County.
Yes. How dare you?
How dare you? She felt uncomfortable. I think she was being kind because that's Mia's husband on how she handled it. Because if it was someone else, I think she would have reacted very much like how she's reacted in the past with Michael Darby, as him being just very disrespectful. And from what we're hearing, we're going to see more of G show up in this episode. He's going to give us some Peter Thomas vibes.
Peter Thomas vibes. What does that mean?
From Atlanta. He's going to really step out as someone that they think that should be a housewife on the show.
G Trisha.
Because so far he seems a little bit uninvolved, like he's sleeping half the time. You know what I mean? So I would like to see that. Yeah. Yeah. So they show a scene with Chris. I felt like he wanted camera time when he was cleaning up the after effects of the salad tossing. I felt like he wanted camera time. So they show him cleaning up the floor, and they show Ashley come in, and he tells Ashley, you know, that he's happy for her having her second child, and that motherhood looks good on her. I felt like he was kind of flirting with Ashley.
Oh, you know,
I did.
Why couldn't he just be nice? Why couldn't he just be nice?
Because in my experience, when someone has told me motherhood looks good on you, they mean physically. And so when he was like, he said all that, and then he said motherhood looks good on you, and then you see Ashley, her body has changed. Like Ashley looks good. Like she's
her
like,
rack looks amazing.
Yeah, she looks really good. So when he said that, I was like,
this is why we need your perspective, because I've never heard that. Now I'm looking.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I did get a little bit of a vibe, and I was like, where is he going with this right now? But I didn't think too heavy into it. But he also said recently when they were having that battle between Mia and Candace on social media, he was like, you know, he likes his women chocolatey or something. I forgot what he said.
Yeah. That's what he said exactly. He was like, he likes
chocolate.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like he was like, I don't know, like when you have a wife that is that childish and that toxic, you don't really want to, you know what I mean? Like sometimes even with friends, right? Like there's sometimes some people where you're like, I don't want to be too heavily associated with this type of whatever. So let me just go out of my way to be extra nice. That's the vibe that I got. And, you know, like you said, especially with it being on camera, he's like, yeah, like, come on. That's what I got.
I feel like Ashley took it in a physical way because Ashley commented, she was like, okay, because he was telling her she looks nice. And she was like, well, your wife told me I look wide. And then he said, well, my wife uses a lot of adjectives. She's very verbose. So I think Ashley took it in a physical way too. But you guys are saying, some of you are saying.
You know, are we ignoring the symbolism of him cleaning up the mess? Literally.
Ooh,
Just saying.
yes. Like always, right? When it comes to Candace
Yeah,
and
he does
stuff.
clean up her messes.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even realize it was
Yeah,
more of a mess
yeah, he
around the
does.
corner.
But that goes back.
I love that.
That goes back to what you were saying about, is their relationship going to last? If one spouse always has to clean up the mess of the other spouse, like, how long do we expect that to last? Like, is that a healthy, long lasting relationship?
You know what I did find interesting? I was talking about this with Adam and Jason earlier when we were talking briefly about this, and they have a history with Chris on social media. And if I didn't see that part of Chris, I would probably think differently about his behavior on the show. And now I want to know who's the real Chris Bassett, because he's a mess on social media. He's a mess on
He
Twitter.
is.
So
He
I'm like,
is.
he seems like the sane, balanced one on the show, but on social media, he seems a mess. And who are you, Chris?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather not know. Obviously, he wants to present himself as a balanced person, and I'll just take it at that. Like, I don't need to know details.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at
You know, I got a question for you, Layla. Since you're always buying all these housewife products, are you buying his cooking in a box thing? Have you bought your little monthly whatever from him yet?
What is it?
So that's his business. So it's not his website, but like it's this big website of like celebrity chefs or whatever. And they pick recipes monthly or weekly or bi-weekly. And then you order the box and then they send you a video of them teaching you how to make it or something like that.
I don't know, Grace. I might. It depends on what the recipe is.
Sidebar. Layla usually supports Black businesses.
Yes.
What about Black PENISES? Because apparently that's what he's got.
Right. She said it's brown. And I do I support Brown D. I do support. No. I'm not even gonna lie, I do support Brown D.
I can't. I am done with this conversation. I'm done with this conversation.
Yeah, this is my first time hearing about that.
Yes.
Are you all right?
Oh my God. I'm fine. Listen. I was looking for Robin's hat, but I can't find it. But do y'all think he's on? I know he didn't show it. You know what? Let me move on, because I know he didn't show it on the bus when he stood up and did all that. He did not show it. He didn't show it. But if he did, I bet you it's not even brown.
Right.
But anyway, so they had this conversation. Basically, Karen had just arrived when this outbreak happened between Candace and Mia. Karen had just arrived, so she was saying she wants to go home. It's only been an hour and she wants to go home, and she was like she could toss her own salad.
You ain't Bolo.
Bolo.
So what did you guys think of that scene where Karen is saying she could toss her own salad and they're trying to tell her, no, Karen, you can't do that yourself? What did y'all think of that scene?
She's so innocent and funny. I love, just the difference of like language from people from like a certain generation versus a different generation. It's fun. And side note, you guys, I feel like Ashley low-key admitted that she tosses Michael's salad to keep that marriage going in her confessional. That's what I felt. Did you guys not get that vibe?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But Ashley,
I didn't even think about that.
Ashley on Watch What Happens Live, she was saying that she doesn't believe Karen, because she's had some moments with Karen in conversation, drunk Karen. They've had some conversations, and she doesn't believe that. And here's the thing, because Karen is a tourist like myself. She's an undercover freak.
I don't think so. Any woman that admits to, being intimate with a vibrating pillow, it's like, I don't think so. I don't think she is. I don't even want to say it, but I don't think she is tossing anybody's salad. I don't think Karen is an undercover freak. I don't. I think it's her pillow, and she's just fine. She's just fine. Don't bother Karen. Oh my God, I'm looking at these comments. You don't get it? Okay.
Candace. Oh, woo. I don't believe Karen. Oh.
Oh,
But you know what? This kind of might remind me of Kyle Richards from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when Brandy Glanville was still on. Remember the weed thing where she's like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, weed!" When they were in Amsterdam or something, and Brandy's like, "Sis, we've done this together how many times? Stop pretending." So that might be what Kempire is getting at. Sometimes people do want to protect an image, a public image.
yeah.
But Karen, Miss Surrey County, I don't know. I just don't see it.
She's the ambassador of Surrey County.
Yeah, she can't be talking like
I'm
this
going to broadcast live from Surrey County sometime soon.
Yeah,
like before the season is over. Yeah, I'm going to broadcast live from Surrey
Maybe
County.
Karen will pop up.
Hey.
The super chat's going to send her out there because that's a drive for you, Layla?
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of a drive. Yeah. But I don't mind. I do it for the people, so I don't mind. But you guys, I am accepting super chats. Just for the record, I am a mom. All the super chats go to my kids. I buy them toys to keep them busy while I'm live. So if you want to send a super chat, go ahead and feel free. I wanted to talk about this. This moment. This moment when Giselle arrives to the Eastern Shore. What did y'all think when Giselle and Robin arrived to the Eastern Shore and they realized basically they're sharing a room and it's like a child's bedroom. It's three twin beds or 3 full beds.
It looks like the attic.
In one room. It did look like the attic. Yeah. What did y'all think about that?
Well deserved.
Great, 1,000%. And unannounced, they didn't tell Wendy they were coming.
Yeah, they only told Ashley they were coming. Wendy didn't know they were coming. And so then Giselle is saying like basically that Wendy, needs to find her a bathroom to use. Basically, she's treating Wendy like a servant. Like instead of like a host, she's treating her like she's her servant. She needs to find her a bathroom to use. And it's just really ugly. If you ask me, Giselle's attitude toward Wendy in this moment is very ugly.
And hypocritical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giselle's hypocritical because she was like, she doesn't feel welcome to come. That's the reason she didn't come on the first day. She didn't feel welcome. But then she also sent Wendy an invitation, where Wendy didn't feel welcome, where she literally said, bring your haters or whatever she said, something about haters in the invitation. But then when she got a similar invitation, she was hypocritical.
And don't forget, you can't use my bathroom or whatever. She was like, I didn't even want you using my bathroom. Well, now you ain't got a bathroom either. Woo! Boom.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So we're getting super chats. Let me acknowledge these super chats. My sister texted me. So shout out to my sister. Oh, thank you. $5 gas money to get me to Surrey County. Unfortunately, it's actually not that far. Let me see. Mrs. S. Walker said, love this chat. Y'all are too funny. Thank you. You are pretty, girl. You are pretty. Rance allegedly said, miserable women. How do you show up late, unannounced, and demand amenities? Bye, Ashy. Bye, Ashy. Yes, I feel that. That's exactly what Giselle did. She showed up late, unannounced, and demanded amenities.
Absolutely. Speaking of miserable women, they just send my body gets this feeling of dread when they come into a scene. Like I was like, I was liking it without them. Then they come. I don't see green-eyed bandits freaking frack. I see misery and company every time they enter a scene. They're just to me. I can't.
Who was misery this time? Was it Robin because she said she was on her period?
No, Giselle. Robin doesn't have the brains to be the misery. She's just the company following the misery around.
What did you guys think of her excuse of being very upset and withdrawn? Do you think it was an excuse, or was she really having her period and that's why she was the way she was?
She should have stayed her ass home. I didn't, what? I get your question. On one hand, I'm like, oh my God, when you get it, it sucks, especially the first day. It's really hard. You don't want to be around people. But then she also had that excuse and she didn't want to go. That's another excuse. So just stay home then. So maybe she was faking it, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I think she should have stayed home, especially because she was like, oh, there are men here. And I'm like, you know what, girl? If you have a problem with men being here, like if that's too much for you, don't come. Don't
On
come.
a
Or
couples
bring your
trip.
Juan Dixon. Where's
Right.
Juan
Yeah.
Dixon?
How weird is that?
I thought it was so weird. I thought it was so weird her telling everybody she has her period. Like people care. You know what I mean? Like you're in your 40s. Right now you're between 40 and 50 years old. You're telling people you have your period as if you're 17 years old. Like you should be able to manage your period by now. And
this
so
is why,
I just
look, I didn't weigh in on this on my channel or in my recap because I'm like, I don't know what that feels like. So of course I have 3 sisters, but still, I was like, maybe, you know, it's a situation.
my
So I waited
sister
till I
said
came
somebody
here.
sent $99.
Yeah.
Color me
$100.
Did you
pink.
not see your super chat in your
Color
backstage?
me. Ah! Color me pink. Oh my God, Keisha. Thank you. Oh my God. I've been watching Color Me Pink. Okay. I've been watching her for years. And sometimes I watch people. I watch a lot of people, and I don't know if they watch me because I actually don't normally do recaps. Like this RHOP recap live thing we're doing is new for me. Like I do hot topics, but I don't do recaps. I don't even know if the people I watch me. So thank you, Keisha. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God, that just made my day. That just made my day. I love you, girl. I watched you this morning. Actually, it was late last night.
I got
I already
another
watched
one.
your recap. Let me see. Oh my God. Oh my God. Where is it?
Jerry
Where is
L.
it? Oh, Jerry. I can't see it,
He's
but
so
I know
generous,
Jerry's
Jerry.
name.
Do you want me to read it to you?
Jerry. Yeah, read it to me because I don't see it.
Sure. It's just
I don't
above
see it.
Keisha's. It says the show started as
Okay.
rich women flaunting their wealth. Mia should flaunt her wealth. She should flaunt her wealth. The other women need to step up their wealth or get off the show.
Okay,
I
it
think.
is. You know, that
Yeah,
brings me to when Mia, you know, shared her income, her 450,000, 6 figures. And it's like you're in a group of women. These are 7-figure women. You know what I mean? So you're sharing your 450,000. It was kind of awkward. I felt like it was awkward when she shared that. What did y'all
I was
think?
the only one. I thought to myself, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot, but in this franchise, not a lot.
It's
in
not
low
you know,
budget
actually,
RHOP. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
listen,
Wait, what did
listen,
Karen say? What did Karen say? You have to have millions to owe millions. So she's had millions.
So Karen, Giselle's got that like Fiat, that Mini Cooper that is Jamal's that, you know, I don't know, the other woman left at his house or something and she scooped up. That she's got that like rundown house or whatever. Robin, we all know Robin, right? Candace, Chris.
Oh my God.
Small
Grace.
to who in this group? And Estella, apparently she's got that townhouse or something like that. Like no disrespect to townhouses, but I think Stella is triggered by this number. No, 50K for Potomac is a lot. I feel like Wendy and Eddie together probably bring that. Come on.
It's not. No. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. You know, Ashley just did this TikTok. Yeah. How to pull an 8-figure hitter. I'm gonna say hitter, 8-figure hitter, because you know Michael Darby is worth like $20 million. So if you have the wife of a man who's worth $20 million, and then you're saying you make 450,000, it don't quite match up. And I felt honestly, like that's why.
For the wife of a man who makes like 20 mil, does Ashley look like she's got a husband worth 20 mil to you? I've never seen her in like name brand anything, not a name brand bag that is like current or even like very expensive. I see her in like Kate Spade, Tory Burch. She's got like an ancient Prada purse. Like, I'm sorry, teach me how to bag a generous one, not one who's going to humiliate me and leave me in Kate Spade. Oh,
yeah, we did talk about humiliation is part of the job for Ashley.
Yes, humiliation.
No. But you know, people with a lot of money, a lot of times they don't look like money. You know what I mean?
I need Mia to clarify though, because maybe Mia meant $450,000 for the month.
No. Because the way she phrased it was not for the month. She said something like, "I made 450,000 last year," and I guess compared to her stripper scalp.
You know what?
I can't even say it. Stripper salary. That's
Look,
No, but she was getting 5K an hour to talk when she was a stripper.
Yeah, and that's something else I want to ask you guys about. Okay, so G was paying Mia for her time, allegedly 10K for 2 hours. So how does that transition work to where now you're married to this man? This man used to pay you for your time. And so that put him in a position of authority over you. But now you're married. And allegedly when you get married, you're on equal footing. How does that work? How does that
I
work?
don't think marriage automatically equals equal footing. Maybe that's why.
Maybe, but shouldn't it? Shouldn't it?
It should.
Am I
But a
wrong?
lot of
Shouldn't it?
things should be a certain way, but
he probably thought it was worth it just to marry her because now he doesn't have to pay that amount of money
Save
anymore.
money. Oh my God, Kempire. Yes, you're reading my mind. He's saving money by just marrying her. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now he has her to talk to for 24/7.
Right. Right. Like Candace said, he brought the strip club home. Yeah.
But do you believe he actually paid 5K an hour? I don't believe that number. I felt like they rehearsed that story together. That story sounded weird.
I kind of do. Yeah, I do.
I ain't been to the strip club, so I don't know what they're paying up in the strip club.
Never?
Yeah.
You never been to a strip club?
No.
I've never been to like a
Neither.
high class one. Oh my God. Y'all, neither one of y'all ever been to a strip club?
The culture's not that big in Canada or here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. My friend used to bartend at a strip club. So I used to spend like a lot of time. When I didn't have a job, like basically I would go to work with her. So I used to spend a lot of time at the strip club. But it was not where the high rollers go. Like it was a regular type of club.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in the next scene, we see them getting ready to go out to dinner, and we see Karen and Giselle and Ashley, but mostly Karen and Giselle. We see them back in their frenemy or friendly role. And they're in their car, joking about, tossing salad and teabagging and those things. What did y'all think about seeing Karen and Giselle, back on good terms?
I enjoyed it. But I also enjoyed them going back and forth fighting. But I like the balance that they have where they're able to do that every so often. But I do enjoy them having this, even like I forgot what season it was when a couple of seasons ago when Karen's parents passed away and how Giselle was there for Karen in that moment. There is a friendship there. They've known each other off of the show. So I enjoy those little moments when they can really be real with each other.
You have an objection.
Objection, Your Honor. No, I agree. Listen, Kempire, I agree. On the bus now, it was good. It was fun. These are their best moments. But when Giselle ran to comfort her friend Karen after she badgered her all season while her parents were dying, I felt sick to my stomach. I was like, you were so... The other day you were delivering pizzas at her house. You had that broke Bill Gates, tax reform, this, that. Like they were hammering. She never once in the span of filming that we saw asked this woman, how are you doing? Your parents are like sick and this and that. We've known you for so long. And then like when she finally pushed Karen enough that she's crying, having a big breakdown, she's concerned. She's so fake.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was fake because I do remember that season because Karen lost both her parents in like a short time span, like within weeks of each other, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And Giselle was not empathetic. She wasn't empathetic at all that season. But Tanae wants to know, Kempire, aren't there good strip clubs in Amsterdam?
I have no idea. I know they have the red light district where you can get more than a strip tease. Right. But look, those ladies don't have what I like.
It's only ladies. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's only ladies. I mean, they did have a period where it was no ladies, but
Yeah, you guys are so sweet. Guys, I swear to God, it is retinol. This is my bare skin, nothing on retinol.
I know that's right.
Retinol. Oh wow! Wow. Well, I shared earlier. Right now, I have an filter, but it's because I don't have on makeup because I just got a microblading, which is kind of like a vampire facial. They do the microblading, your skin bleeds, but it's producing collagen, and so between water. Kempire just reminded me drinking a lot of water, and then the collagen production from the microblading. It's working. It seems to be
Y'all look
working.
amazing.
Looks so good.
I'm gonna have to catch up. Go give me a facial.
Do Kempire with your glasses too. Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Are you guys? So they make it to dinner. Well, you know what? Before they make it to
Oh.
dinner, they.
Oh.
Layla and these damn screenshots.
I love it.
These are my notes. This is how I remind myself of the episode. So
Mhm.
they talk about on the van. They talk about salad tossing and teabagging. What did you guys think? Because I'm gonna be honest, I still don't understand teabagging. But what did you guys think about that conversation that they had?
I love when they can talk like that.
Yeah,
And I
you
love
liked
I
it?
love seeing Karen act as if she doesn't know what it is. Because
I don't
teabagging, I
think
feel
she's acting.
You know
because
what that
teabagging
is.
is such
think
an
she's
old
acting?
term. I don't think
Yeah.
the young kids are using teabagging anymore. I don't know.
What do people get out of it? I have to ask. Like, I know what it is, but I'm like, what does anyone get out of it, really?
Well, speaking as a man, I mean, look, I'm not going to look.
Oh yeah, we do have a man here.
Like,
Maybe
I
you
can
can
bring something to
explain.
this conversation right now.
Yeah, because I don't actually understand teabagging.
Well, some
What are you
some
dipping
guys,
it in?
your mouth.
Oh, it's in the mouth. I thought it was like on the face, like the forehead or something. I don't know. That's what I was asking. Oh. Like,
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
You see,
Look.
we need help, Kempire.
But here's the
Come
thing:
on.
not all guys like it. Not all guys like it. Not all people are really good at doing something like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I feel like that term is so dated. I don't even think that was a term that, like, in my age group, we
I'm
used.
so embarrassed.
It's like on the forehead. People are losing it in the comments. I just wanted to. The chat is like, what?
Lady Web said abort mission. Abort mission. Let me get it together.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
You learn something new every time you watch these recaps, everyone.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we 18 plus at this point. We definitely 18 plus. But I want to acknowledge a super chat. Let me go up and find it. My sister just texted me.
Oh yeah.
Whew. Jesus. Okay. So Tanisha Rogers said Mia makes $450K a year, probably more than all the women on the show. No, this is not true. Who knows what G has? Well, you know what? I take that back. I said that's not true, but let's take that back, because as far as Giselle's income, it's unverifiable.
Yeah.
So we don't know what she's bringing in.
However, if we compare it to some of the other housewives, we just found out in the New York Times article for Erica Jane, they're assuming that she makes a little bit over 600,000. So some of those ladies are probably bringing in over 450,000, like Giselle and Karen and things like that. Of course, they're not in the Atlanta arena yet, where they were making like over $1 million, some $2 million for a season.
Yeah. Yeah. So how much do y'all think they're making as far as their Real Housewives contracts? Like, for example, let's say Robin, for example. How much do y'all think her contract
Why
is?
you had to start with Robin?
And you know what? Somebody commented the same thing. Miss Queen is, we see eye to eye. She said, I wonder how much Robin makes. Poor thing.
I'm sure she took a pay cut.
Yeah.
She's lucky to have a job this season.
Yeah, Robin, no, she's definitely not. Maybe like the mid twos, low threes, maybe threes. But I definitely believe the rest of the girls are probably in the 450 plus, 500,000, probably at least 5 to 6, I would guess, because this is a highly rated show, and people are always talking about Potomac being like, you know, the new girl on the block. So
right.
Yeah, totally,
and we also have to remember that with Atlanta bringing in the millions, their ratings were doing far better than what I see RHOP doing. RHOP's ratings are decent. You know, we're having some episodes that are getting in the millions, but it's not consistent enough. And Bravo's definitely cutting back when it comes to those contracts. So they're not making a lot, but also they're able to promote their brands, even though Bravo gets a cut of that too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I always wonder how that works, but we can talk about that in another episode, as far as getting a cut of their brand. But so they go out to dinner.
Someone said
No, you know what?
Robin gets an Amazon card, a gift card.
Oh my God.
She's just happy to be there.
Right. And she should be. They go out to dinner, and I wanted to ask this. So Ashley pointed out to Giselle, and Giselle is a single woman. She pointed out that there's a table full of attractive men behind us.
Attractive is,
Wait. What are you saying, Kempire?
I mean, we barely can see them, and from what the people we can see, they're okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I get why Giselle was like, I'm good.
You do? Mm-hmm. What about you, Grace? I was like, Giselle, this is your opportunity. I felt like Giselle missed out. Until I found out they were married. Once I found out they were married, I was like, okay. But when I thought they were single, I was like, Giselle, she's missing out.
They gave me Blue Lives Matter vibes.
Oh. Okay.
They go hunting on the range or something.
Oh my God.
They talk about how they don't want critical race theory in school. That's what I felt like.
Oh, damn.
Grace. Oh my God.
You also know Giselle's type. Those guys are not Giselle's type.
So what is Giselle's type?
She likes some, chocolatey.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Chocolate.
Oh my God. What's up, Tanisha? Tanisha, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much, girl. My kids appreciate it. I'm going to tell you, they appreciate it. She said, I'm saying she is making that, not including her Housewives checks for the Potomac ladies. I do think it's possible, that they're around the $500,000 range.
Yeah.
I do think that's possible. Yeah. But I just think overall, when she said that, I just felt like it didn't go over well.
Yeah,
I felt like
it was weird. It was out of place, and she does that a lot. And I think that makes the ladies look at her differently.
Mm-hmm. I would. If you're in a circle with multimillionaires and you're bragging about a $500,000 salary, it is kind of like awkward.
Yeah.
But, at the dinner, I wanted to talk about this. So at the dinner, Ashley, earlier in the episode, we saw Ashley and Chris having a conversation. Chris was complimenting her on her motherhood. And then we see Ashley talking to Chris about his relationship with Michael.
You know how this is going to end up.
Yeah, but initially, Candace wasn't getting in the conversation between Ashley and Chris. Initially, Candace was kind of like trying to stay out of it. She was eating her oysters. But what did you think about what Ashley was saying to Chris about Chris's relationship with Michael?
She was trying to start some mess. Michael isn't even there, And the stuff that Chris said about Michael was to defend his wife. Michael was talking about go control your wife or this or that. And Chris was also talking about Michael allegedly grabbing multiple men without their consent. He wasn't like gossiping or trying to start mess or drama with Michael. He was just sharing his feelings about some very relevant things.
It's hard to defend Michael Darby. I do think Ashley showed up in this episode because Ashley knows what she has to do. This is Ashley's 6th season on the show. And this is part of why her tagline is it has to do with being messy, because that's what she does throughout the season so far. Because as we've been recapping, we were bored with her at home with the kids and Michael. We're like, all right. She's showing up and showing out because she wants to keep that OG check.
Yeah. And she kind of admitted to that. When Watch What Happens Live, they were asking her, why did she get in the middle of the mess? And she was like, she's going to get in the middle. Like, that's her job, to get in the middle of the mess. And I kind of felt like she got in the middle of the mess between Mia and Candace. Like, they had their argument, but it was kind of like over. The argument between Mia and Candace was over, but Ashley kind of got into it and brought it back up. And then Mia, Candace said to Ashley, SMD.
Yeah.
Y'all know what SMD is?
Mm-hmm.
SMD?
SUCKMY.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds like SMD. That's not what she said. She said,
But then Candace kind of implies that Mia is the one with an oversized CLIT.
Yeah.
So what did y'all think about that moment where it kind of reignites between Mia and Candace saying that? What did y'all think about that moment?
This, look, this.
Yeah, like this again.
Mm.
Yeah. All just so obsessed with Mia's body. Like she really wants Mia to feel bad about her body for some reason. This is just the vibe that I'm getting. Mia and Ashley, like for some reason, she's really like hell bent on breaking those two women down.
Yeah.
But why? I understand, I understand the difference in their body type, but to me, it's just a difference. Like one is tall, one is short. Like, what is the problem? You know what I mean? Like, why does she want Mia to feel bad about her body?
And
You
it's
know,
dangerous.
why?
We have to remember that's dangerous. Not everyone's going to be able to bounce back from someone talking about their physical body that they really can't change. I mean, yes, you can get surgery, but she's already done all the surgery. She
Yeah.
thinks that she has the body that she likes. So
Yeah.
her leaning into this body shaming scenario, it's awkward to watch. We get it. We like the light shade and things like that. But now it's like when it comes out of Candace's mouth, it's not like she's being light shady. She's like, I want you to feel bad about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
think it's
deeper
just a
than
reflection of how she feels about her own self. You know, like the
Mm,
stuff against other people's bodies. Maybe Candace is insecure about certain things about her own body. You know,
mm.
Candace likes to act like she hasn't gone under the knife. She very clearly has herself, right?
that.
So, you know,
Wait a minute, Grace. Wait a minute, Grace. Break that down for us. Because
Break it down for us, please.
I was looking at Candace and I thought I saw some evidence of some plastic surge. But Grace, break it down for us. What do you believe Candace has had done?
You don't see her. You don't see her.
Kempire! I'm about to turn your camera off, Kempire. I'm about to turn you off.
She had it done. Giselle called her out for this like 2 seasons ago, or like last season. Yeah.
Okay,
she got it done. And yeah, it was heavily rotated. Like normally when you get it done, I've gotten mine done too, you guys. It starts off really high, and then as the months progress, it drops. But for her, it's been almost like 2 years, I think, since she's gotten it or allegedly gotten it, and it's still very high up. So maybe that's something that bothers her, because I do see quite a few comments about that, like online, people making fun of her. And maybe like that's something that she internalizes and wants to dish back out on other people. I don't know.
So it's supposed to drop and it hasn't dropped yet. Okay, I get that. Just like breast implants, they're supposed to drop at some point.
Yeah, but honestly, if it hasn't dropped at this point, then I don't think it's going to drop, unfortunately.
Jeez.
It's not a diss. I'm just saying 2 years later, it's supposed to like jeez. Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed. All right. So Kim Turner said, why is Michael still allowed to film after his essay accusation last season? And so we do see Michael pulling back a lot. Like, Ashley's saying that he's so into the kids, he's taking the kids to work. He's not really filming a lot. The only time we're really going to see him film with the group, I believe, is probably next episode or the episode after that at Karen's wedding renewal or vow renewal. But what do you guys think about that? About Michael still being allowed to film after his SA accusations?
Well, Bravo are hypocrites. So,
you don't have high standards for Bravo.
No, because they're very inconsistent with how they deal with these situations on their network. But I honestly don't think the reason why he's not showing up is because of that. I think he's not showing up because he's just tired of all of us talking about him and calling him out, because we already called him out earlier in the season for being photographed with another woman at a bar. So he's really very much like Juan Dixon, trying to avoid the cameras.
Yes. Him and Juan are in the same boat. Yeah. Trent is a longtime supporter. He said, Grace, are you talking about a liquid rhinoplasty specifically? Now that's something, K. Michelle has mentioned, and I believe Portia Williams also has had it done to where it's not a permanent, it's like a liquid thing, almost like Botox that you can get done within minutes. Yeah.
I think Candace's is
real
line. Stop it. No, the real one.
I am not making fun of anyone that look, if you want to get it done and makes you feel better about yourself, do it.
No, but real one.
Okay.
Like a real one.
She got a real one. Okay. Ooh, okay. So during the episode, they're at the
Oof.
table, and like I said, the physicality between Candace and Chris is cringeworthy. And so at
Yeah.
this point, they're actually at the table, and Chris is grabbing Candace and telling her to leave. And if you notice, people start telling Chris to calm down. Like instead of
Yeah.
telling Candace to calm down, they're like, Chris,
Yeah.
sit down, like just leave or sit down. What did y'all
Yeah.
think about that?
If
It
you
was nice
like,
to see.
honestly, the stuff that Candace says about like Michael being an overseer and this and that master, whatever, you take that photo and then you go put a Renaissance or whatever, like 1800s era filter over it. What would you think that looked like, y'all?
Oh, damn.
What would you
Grace.
think that looked like?
It's the same. I always felt that way. Like, why Candace? Why does Candace call out Michael Darby for being an overseer or whatever, and then she's in the same type of relationship with her husband? It's
Look at
never
that.
made sense to me. It's never made
Mhm.
sense.
And we've never seen Michael Darby be that way with Ashley. I
Yeah.
don't recall.
Yeah, we've never
Yeah.
seen him physically accost her. That is a good
Yeah.
point,
I
Kempire.
think it's Candace's size. I feel like it, even like when they were walking into the house for that trip, what did he say? He grabs her by the hips or whatever. He goes, "Oh, I'm holding you down so you don't blow away." Like there's just something about her size that brings this out of him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not really
Mm.
fair to her. Like she can't help her size, just like Mia can't help her size. So
Yeah.
that's kind of not fair. But we saw Chris and Dre.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Skylar sent Dre to go, I guess, calm down Chris. What did
Get some
y'all think
camera
of that
time.
moment?
Yeah. Get the
Yes.
camera time.
Do y'all
Yeah.
think Dre wants to be on TV? Does Dre
No.
want to be on TV?
No. Scholar wants him to be on TV so she can secure her flute for next season.
Yeah, but Dre
Mhm.
is like,
I'm
he's
not
not
about
feeling it.
this.
Yeah.
And that's why they probably wouldn't be married for a very long time.
How long has it
Even
been?
a Skylar and Dre?
Yeah, because they're not reality TV stars. They are too normal, apparently, and that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think they're normal too. I think they give us a lot of viewer type of content, like the way they're watching and the way they're reacting to everyone. It does seem like a lot of like how a viewer would respond. All right, you guys. And so then we see Candace and Chris kind of make up. We see Candace and Chris make up, and Dre tells Chris, "Oh, here she comes. She's looking beautiful. She's about to kiss and make up with you." And Candace and Chris do kiss and make up, and then they go back to the table. What did you guys think of them kind of like, make it up, basically?
But how do you really make up in that particular situation? It's just sort of like you sort of put another Band-Aid over the other Band-Aid, and we're going to go back to filming the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we got some super chats. So Zoe, what's up, Zoe?
Hi.
Is this from New Zealand, ZAR? She said, this scene reminds me of a child at the mall kicking and screaming, and the crowd is looking at the mother crazy. It made me felt bad for the babysitter.
Yeah.
And I think the babysitter is Chris. I think that's what she means, that Chris is the babysitter.
Mm-hmm. And did you see those like married men in the background? They're like, really, we risked it all with our wives for this.
Right.
You guys are a mess. I thought I was a mess.
What's up, Erica? Erica said, no one is saying this, but did Candace call? Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right, you guys. So I think we're going to end on this. No one is saying this, but did Candace call Ashley a slave or not? That's too far if she was white. I'm just saying. Hashtag wrong road. Wrong road.
I mean, apparently Bravo didn't have the receipts because we didn't see her say it on social media. But I recall hearing that. I just don't remember seeing it.
But they showed the receipt of Candace calling Michael an overseer, and an overseer is an overseer of slaves.
Okay.
So we did,
and then she did that sip too, like, and then Ashley called her out for it. So yeah, this is
so Candace did call Ashley a slave.
Colorism Candace, Kleenex Candace. There's colorism against me. Meanwhile, she's out here. Slave, ghetto, hood, all this stuff, ratchet.
Yeah, there's so many isms. Like
She's
people
crazy.
on this show, we talk about colorism on this show, and a lot of times it makes people uncomfortable when I read the comments. People don't like when you look at the way people take sides on this show, except for Karen. You see a Skylar, Wendy, and Candace take one side, and then you see the Green Eyed Bandits and Ashley take another side. So it looks like light skin against dark skin, except for Candace. And so it's weird. And you see people comment on how that's kind of like uncomfortable. They don't like to see it. Which I kind of feel the same way. Like it don't look good from the outside looking in. It doesn't look good, but I do feel like there's complexities to it. Like I feel like Candace's, the fact that she's grabbed a knife during an argument, the fact that she's tossed a knife during an argument, and then she claims that it's colorism against her. And it may be, she may be experiencing colorism, but at the same time, Candace has also displayed a level of violence that the other ladies haven't.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have to be honest about everything we see.
And like a child that's a spoiled brat, you're going to blame everyone besides taking before taking your own accountability. So, and that's what we're seeing from Candace every single season, and it's becoming tiring.
Yeah. And I normally defend Candace. You guys, when Candace and Monique had their altercation, if you guys remember, I really felt like Monique fought the wrong person, because Giselle was the one trying to bring the paternity rumors against Monique and her child. Yeah. And Giselle was the one that actually pushed Monique. If you go back to it, and there's an interview with Monique saying that she thought Candace pushed her, but it was actually Giselle. So I always felt like Monique fought the wrong person. So I've defended Candace in the past, but now looking at this season, I can't defend Candace. When I see you throwing salad at somebody, and then when they throw it back to you, you start crying. I can't defend Candace, because it's like, why are you crying? You just threw salad at her and she threw it back. If you can dish it, you need to be able to take it. So I can't defend Candace, and when I look back, I don't think it's just colorism. I think it's the fact that Candace has threatened violence. Even if you don't verbally threaten violence, when you have a knife in your hand and what do you like, stab the knife into the table, when you toss the knife onto the floor, like that's a threat of violence. And so even when Karen came up to Candace and was kind of trying to like slow things down, I feel like when people do that to Candace, it's not because they think she's a child. I think it's because she threatened violence in the past. So I can no longer defend Candace.
Yeah.
Do you think she's shedding her own version of like white tears? Is she black tear?
Oh,
black tear Candace. That's the vibe deep. I get from her. I think she does. Deep. Did you guys notice that? She's always, the aggressor, antagonizing people. Then when they clap back, all of a sudden she's got these fake tears. She's an actress, right? On Netflix or whatever it is. Like she could drop these tears at the drop, at the drop of a hat or whatever. What happens? Monique gets fired after she's been, riled up and this and that. Mia, she gets riled up. All of a sudden, Candace is this victim or whatever. Like it happens time and time again. Yeah.
I feel like Monique was in defense mode because she saw Candace throw a knife. And I feel like enough people don't acknowledge that she was in defense mode because she saw Candace throw a knife.
Yeah.
But I do want to acknowledge the super chat. Sashay Shantae said, Ascala came in as Robin's friend and she is never on the Green Eyed Bandit side. That is true. That is true. What do y'all think about that? I think I know, but I want to hear from you.
It's fake, right? The friendship. It's like they can't even try to make it seem like they were ever really friends. Like, no, they don't vibe.
They should have had Candace bringing in Skylar, because it seems like Candace and Skylar have more in common. Like they kind of vibe together more.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're vibing on, but they're vibing.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you guys looking forward to next episode? What are y'all looking forward to?
I don't, what? I don't know. You guys start. Let me think. I don't know.
Okay. I almost had a screenshot. I didn't capture it. Maybe I didn't upload it. But they, you know what? I'm not gonna get into it. But they showed Chris on the bus, and they were talking about, is he brown or not? So I want to see what actually happened in that moment. I'm looking forward, because I know he didn't show anything, but I'm looking forward to seeing what actually happened in that moment and what's going to happen next on this Eastern Shore trip. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to more of G. and see how this plays out, because like I've said, we've heard rumors that he's, he really steps out, and what we've seen so far this season up until these last couple of episodes, we didn't really see that side of him, but now we're seeing this other side of him, not always the best side, especially with that tongue action towards Karen, the ambassador of Surrey County. But I'm looking forward to seeing more of how this whole dynamic plays out. I'm not looking forward to more of Candace and these Candace tears or tissue.
Same. I want to see how things end with Candace and Mia. Like, will they have a sit down? Will it escalate? Will it kind of like end the drama for now? Something like that, I think.
I don't think it's going to end. And I think at the reunion, from what I can see, I think Nikki comes on and takes the side of Mia.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Candace will read Nikki to the bone? Yes. Because listen, Nikki's an easy target right now. She's a very easy target, So that could be
technically she is. Technically she's an easy target, but are you really gonna do it? You know what I mean? Because her fan base is so like vapid.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Candace is trying to do music. She can get blacklisted. Yeah. What do you think she'll do?
Yeah. So I don't think she's gonna do it. I think she's just gonna take it. I honestly think Nicki Minaj is gonna read Candace at the reunion, and Candace is just gonna sit and take it. That's my honest opinion, you guys.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I don't think she's gonna sit and take it. I do think she's gonna give it back, but she's going to softball it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that means she's no longer credible when she talks about Michael then?
Well, no, because in my opinion, the issues with Michael are facts. The issues as far as sexual assault and him grabbing people without their permission, we've seen it on camera. So that makes it a fact when you can see it on camera. And so, in my opinion, no.
But Nikki's husband, he's factually on the registry.
Listen, that's a whole nother video.
Her brother's in jail. She paid those lawyers.
Actually on the registry.
Try to get him out of jail. So we'll see.
Oh my God. Okay.
If she doesn't say anything, then I don't think she's credible anymore when it comes to Michael.
I have my own thoughts about Nicki Minaj. And I actually try not to share them on my channel because I like to be the type of channel, like I like to see both sides of every story. But my personal opinion about Nicki Minaj is not positive at all regarding the situation with her brother and with her husband. Like to marry somebody on the sex offender list. Like, girl, what you doing? What you doing, girl? You can have almost any man in the world, and this is the one you want? A sex offender?
You can't even watch the baby at home alone while you tape the reunion test.
Yeah.
You want to talk about me?
Your child can't have sleepovers.
No.
Oh, I didn't even think about those elements. But we're seeing a lot of this play out in regards to, a lot of people are speculating the reason why he couldn't go to the reason why she didn't go to the VMAs was because it's next to a Chuck E. Cheese. I said, y'all better shut up. Y'all better shut up. That's not true. I had to roll back, but I heard it's true.
I heard it was because she wasn't vaccinated. She's going to get vaccinated, but she's not vaccinated yet. If I didn't hear about the Chuck E. Cheese.
How's her friend doing in Trinidad with the swollen?
Y'all, we gotta go. On that note, you guys. On that note, we're gonna go. we're gonna leave. We are going live every Monday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We rotate channels, so the next Monday will be, I believe, on Grace Report's channel, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I think it's mine. Yeah, it's mine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, my bad.
We always forget. It's all right. I thought it was good. Look.
Yeah, I can't keep up with the rotation. Okay, so 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, we are on at the Kempire's channel, and we're going to be reviewing the next episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. And I want to thank you guys for commenting. Even you guys who watch and don't comment, my lurkers. I want to thank my lurkers for showing up and showing out. Because I feel like most of my subscribers are lurkers. I definitely have to shout out the lurkers who just watch and be like, oh my God. And don't say nothing. I want to shout out to y'all. And shout out to the guys, the people who have sent super chats. I definitely appreciate it. My kids appreciate it. I will be buying toys with the money. Thank you so much for watching and contributing to the channel. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye, guys. See you.